Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Now you've pressed play on this video probably because you're about to start a sabbatical, thinking about one, or you've in fact started one but you're not quite sure what you're doing. Now every year many people take sabbaticals to either pursue a passion, to have an extended travel break, to study a project, or to help on a project in the developing world. But increasingly it's people taking a break from work because they're close to burnout or in fact have burnt out. At the time of recording this video I've just finished my own 4-month sabbatical. This has been a game changer for me in terms of my health, my well-being, and also it's given me time to reflect on what I want life to look like and what I feel my call is in the months and years ahead. So in this video and a few others I've recorded around this, I'm just going to share some simple thoughts and observations from my time on sabbatical that will hopefully help and benefit you as you think about whether you want to take one or how to sort of structure your sabbatical. So in this video we're going to look at how do you prepare, or how can you prepare for your sabbatical. I'm going to share 3 key points and a final thought. Before we move on, could I ask a favour? I would love to get this content out to the wider YouTube community and beyond to help people be as fruitful as they can be. So to help me, could you subscribe, like, share? If you could do that, that would be amazing and go a long way to helping getting the content out there. So thank you. So, how can you prepare for a sabbatical? Point 1. Set goals for it. It's important to set goals because you want to maximise the benefit of your sabbatical. And by setting goals it helps you really clarify and answer the question why you're undertaking it. The last thing you want to do is to kind of get to the end of your sabbatical and think, well, I haven't really done what I wanted to do. And you feel down and as though you've wasted that time. So it's important, like I say, is to set goals and to really understand why you're undertaking that sabbatical. Some of the questions you can ask yourself are, what does success look like? What change do I want to see? What position do I want to be in when this sabbatical concludes? So what can this look like? What are example goals that you could set? Well, for me, when I undertook my sabbatical, I had 3 main goals. The first one was to review my health and establish a sustainable rhythm of life, of exercise and looking after myself, because I have a chronic fatigue condition and I wanted to really get on top of that and to be able to live life well and be fruitful. The second goal was to review the call that I felt was on my life and really to have time to strip everything back to a blank canvas and think, right, for the next 20 years what would I like to do in my life. And the final goal was really to create some space in the organisation I was working for them to undertake change and to allow new people to come through and a new structure to be established to serve that organisation in the future. So there's some examples there. One thing I would say though is don't set too many goals. Okay, there can be a tendency to think, well, I'd like to achieve all these things in this time, and the sabbatical time goes so fast. So perhaps just set 3 goals and keep to those and see how you get on. So point 2, plan for it. Now I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, James, do I really need to plan for it? Because in most people's minds you go straight to a spreadsheet or a multiple bulleted document with everything laid out. Now I'm not talking mega detail, but I'm at least talking a bit of a sketch, something that just puts the main phases and the main stages that you want to work through during your sabbatical. So it's important at this point maybe to think of time and money, and the reasons for doing this are: 1, it kind of sets the trajectory for you, sets a bit of a momentum and a rhythm to your sabbatical. 2, it gives permission in the sense of if you've planned to have 3 or 4 weeks resting and not doing anything, then that Just gives you that, I suppose, that confidence to do that and to relax into it. Then on to sort of the budget side of things, it's important that you set a budget aside. Again, this gives the freedom to be able to embrace what you do in your sabbatical. The last thing you want to do is to sort of go on a sabbatical and want to do all these things but haven't thought through the money side of it and feel paralysed by that. So maybe think about things like holiday, putting some time aside, money aside for that. For medical expenses, to get yourself checked out and your health to be checked out. Some money for development in terms of training or going on courses, if that's a part of what the aim of your sabbatical is. So that's it. Point 2, plan it. Point 3, get others involved in it. Now, sabbatical can feel like a bit of an individual pursuit where you're looking to do something on your own. But particularly if there's an element in a sabbatical where you're looking to do a project or travel, or particularly if you're looking to reorientate your life in some way, then it's important to have people alongside you that can help you. These are certain things that you can't do alone. And now, who you will need will depend a little bit on the type of sabbatical you're undertaking. But generally in life there is 4 types of people that is helpful to have around you. So the first one is really a coach. Now, a coach helps you develop a skill. He's a little bit more short term. He's looking at a performance. He's trying to push you forward in a performance aspect in some way, so improving a skill. Second one is a mentor. So this is more of a longer term relationship, helping you with your character, being alongside of you. Often they're a stage ahead of you in life, but to have a mentor in this season would be great. Thirdly, to have a friend. Now, it's important to have friends in life to walk with and journey with. But as you're on a sabbatical, especially if you're looking at things that are going to change or you're having fun, then having a friend or friends along with you that you can talk deeply with will be a major benefit. And finally, there's the cheerleader. Someone who's going to really cheer and be for you, not against you, going to be your best advocate. Now that can be a friend, or it's usually sort of a spouse or husband or wife. So think about getting those people alongside you when you're planning and getting into your sabbatical. It's important that you don't do it alone. Get others involved in it. So what next? If you have an opportunity to take a sabbatical, then do take it. If you're about to embark on one, then I hope it is an amazing time for you, really fruitful and life-giving to you. Remember to maximise the benefit on your sabbatical. Do set goals for it, plan for it, and get others involved in it. My final thought is this. Now, often today that people are taking sabbaticals increasingly because the work environment's too much and they're reaching burnout. Now, when you're in that phase, often you can end up crashing into your sabbatical rather than be having time to plan it. It's suddenly there and you've crashed into it. My recommendation would be to do this. Rather than try and, I'm here, I need to plan it and set goals for it, etc. First, just take some time out to rest. Okay, everything will seem better after you've taken that time out. So do it. Take time out first to rest, to feel re-energized, to feel a little bit more back to normal. Then consider outworking a bit of a plan, sketching a plan or setting some goals. But rest comes first, especially on sabbatical. So I hope that's helpful. If you have questions or want a bit more detail, then please put those in the comments below. I'd love to look at those and respond to you and help any way I can. I've also produced a number of other videos on the topic of sabbaticals that should be able to help you further. Links should come up as I'm speaking now. So overall, I hope this has been helpful for you. Be fruitful, and I'll see you in the next video.